Hello world, hello Knicks YouTube. Welcome to Knicks Numbers. This is the Game 8 player preview versus the Milwaukee Bucks. In this video, we will quickly recap a previous look at head-to-head matchups against the Bucks and review season-to-date comparisons between the two teams and look at how the Knicks rotation players have performed against the Bucks in the past. Stay tuned until the end of the video when I will give you my keys to victory over the Bucks. This is the first matchup of the season against the 2-6 Bucks, and recently they have had trouble dealing with this team. They are 5-10 under Coach Tibbs overall against Milwaukee. They were 2-3 last season, 2-5 at home, and 1-3 on Fridays. During the Coach Tibbs era, the Knicks have generally been outplayed by the Bucks, but in their 5 victories, the Knicks won by an average of 12 points, 119 versus 107. They shot 5% better from the field, shot 6% better from 3, grabbed 5 more defensive rebounds, and 4 more total rebounds overall than the Bucks. So far this season, the Knicks are 3-4 and the Bucks are 2-6. The Knicks are shooting better than Milwaukee and outrank the Bucks in most statistical categories. However, the Bucks are getting 3 more defensive rebounds and have a slight edge in blocks. The Knicks and Bucks are both averaging in the mid-80s on shot attempts per game, but Milwaukee is taking almost 3 more three-point attempts than New York, 37 versus 34. Now we'll look at how our rotation players have performed against the Bucks. First, as always, is Jalen Brunson, who is 5-9 versus Milwaukee in his career, 2-3 last year, and 2-5 in 7 home games. Tonight's game will be Jalen's first against them on a Friday night. He generally scores, takes more three-point attempts, and dishes slightly more assists against the Bucks than his career averages. He has shot the ball at his career average from the field, but falls short of it from 3 against this team. Tonight, he must minimize his turnovers, not force his shot when playing one-on-one, and get Cat the ball inside the paint. Karl-Anthony Towns has a 5-8 record against Milwaukee coming into the game. He is 1-1 last season, 4-4 in home games, and 2-4 on Fridays. Cat is off by a point compared to his career scoring average and grabs 1 rebound less than that when playing against the Bucks. Towns is shooting a percentage point better from the field than his career average and almost 5% better from 3 versus them. Brunson must feed Cat the ball and let him work. He will either punish the defender or draw a double team, which will open up shots for others. Josh Hart played in 17 games versus Milwaukee and has a 5-12 record. Hart scores and rebounds close to his career averages, but does shoot better than that from the field and from 3 against the Bucks. Hart will always push the ball on the defensive rebound, but must also shoot the 3 when he's open. Mikal Bridges played in 13 games versus the Bucks and has a 6-7 record against them in his career. He was 0-3 last season with Brooklyn, 4-3 at home overall, and 1-0 on a Friday night from way back in his rookie season. Despite this, Mikal does exceed his career averages in points, shoots 5% better from the field, and 6% better from 3 against the Bucks. The Knicks will need Mikal to play solid defense against Dame, making it as difficult as possible for him to hit shots, rebound the ball when he's near it, and knock down his own shot as well. Now we come to OG, finally a player with a winning record against the Bucks. OG is 10-8 against the Bucks overall, but he scores less and shoots worse than his career averages from 2 and 3. Based on this, it seems OG benefited from bringing on strong Raptors teams earlier in his career. Tonight, OG will need to continue playing solid defense, mucking up the opponent's offensive flow, and hitting his shots. Collectively, Hart, Bridges, and Anunoby need to be constantly moving and cutting when there's a double team for JB or Cat to pass out of. Deuce is 2-6 against the Bucks overall, but has played for very few minutes against this team. The most minutes he's played against them was 18 minutes in a victory from last season. So there's not much to his averages against Milwaukee, but the Knicks will need him to have a consistent performance off the bench tonight and do what he typically does, play tight defense and hit his 3s. Cameron Payne is still listed as questionable, so the Knicks will continue to give Kolek spot minutes if Cam cannot go again tonight. He is 3-8 against Milwaukee and has scored a little bit more and shot the ball a little bit better from 2 and 3 compared to his career averages. Finishing up with Jericho Sims, who has roughly 5 minutes of playtime against the Bucks in his career and is 1-2 against them. Sims is averaging about 13.5 minutes per game, the fewest of any rotation player with regular minutes, and averaging roughly 1 offensive rebound and 3 defensive rebounds. People are down on Sims, but he's doing what the team is asking him to do. He's a backup center and providing rest for when Towns needs it. There are other players the Knicks need to score, and Sims isn't one of them. He's out there providing defense, protecting the paint, and rebounding. With more minutes on the court, he'll grab more rebounds, as evidenced by his season high of 9 against the Celtics in Game 1 when he played over 24 minutes. But with only 13 minutes a game, what you see is what you get with him. Now we look at the keys to victory against the Bucks. To win this game, the Knicks must manufacture three-point attempts and lean into their league best shooting from 3. The Bucks have averaged about 5 more three-point attempts than the Knicks prior to this season, and currently take about 3 more than them, 37 versus 34. The Knicks are averaging 9.7 offensive rebounds per game versus 8.5 for the Bucks. If they can win the battle for offensive rebounds, that will help them mitigate second-chance points by the Bucks. Currently, the Knicks average 15.4 second-chance points compared to the Bucks' 11.8 per game. The Bucks average 35.5 defensive rebounds compared to 31.3 for the Knicks and lead them 15.1 in fast break points versus 11.9 for the Knicks. Keep things close, they will need to close the rebounding gap and get back on defense. The Knicks must absolutely get Cat the ball inside the paint. He's a mismatch against most players and will have to be doubled by Milwaukee. The Bucks are averaging 5 blocks, but that can't deter them from trying to score down low. Finally, the Knicks cannot start the game sluggish and let Milwaukee build the lead. They have to come out with energy and sustain it defensively for 48 minutes. And there you have it, Knicks YouTube. That was the Game 8 preview. Stay tuned to Knicks Numbers for more videos as we follow the Knicks this season as they chase their first title in 5 decades. I hope you find my videos informative and helpful in making your picks for each game. As always, please leave your comments below. Let me know what you'd like to see in future videos, and thanks for watching.